Hi there. Are you a successful woman? Or maybe you'd love to experience even more success as a woman in your life, but secretly you suffer from chronically looking at your body, not feeling good enough, thin enough, fit enough, and potentially you're in a chronic dieting cycle. Now, I want you to know that you're not alone. It is studied and scientifically proven that over 90%, particularly of women in the Western world, not only dislike, but actually hate their bodies. And I am on a mission to change that and to help you and many successful women all over the world to truly love yourself deeply from the inside out, find peace and health and vitality and radiance inside of your body temple, and actually find food freedom, body freedom, and absolute vitality. Now, what if I told you that the most successful and really the healthiest women, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, don't diet? They don't actually try to lose weight. And they do live in a land of food freedom, and that you can too. And maybe you're someone who, like me, early on as a professional dancer, you've tried every diet out there. You've tried calorie restriction, eliminating entire food groups, fasting or starving yourself to lose weight, trying juice or lemonade cleanses and fasts to drop weight, counting points to lose weight, food meal replacements or food delivery services, and the list goes on and on and on. So if we're meeting for the first time, my name is Jennifer Joy Jimenez, and I am the founder of our health and well-being division of the Brave Thinking Institute. Here at Brave Thinking Institute, we are the premier training center for transformational coaching. And we are on a mission to help people and help you create and live a life you love. And I am also highly committed to helping you live a vibrant, healthy life that you love. I've been speaking, teaching, and coaching for over 15 years now, and it is absolutely a passion to help you find solutions, simple solutions. I know you're busy. I know you've got a lot going on, and you'd really love to just feel comfortable in your own skin. And I believe that chronic dieting is actually causing us to be more stressed, less healthy, and stuck in a vicious cycle. And that breaking free from this cycle will allow more amazing women, especially women here that have something to say, that have a mission, that are here to make a difference, to help you own your power and shine your light on a whole new level. So I know what it feels like to be stuck in a vicious cycle, to feel stuck in my life and to not be shining my light. When I was really started, my vicious chronic dieting started at 12 or 13, and it really lasted until about my mid 30s. So that's a lot of decades chronically on a diet. And I never felt thin enough. I never felt healthy. I never felt enough ultimately. And it was this chronic, vicious cycle of just restriction, trying to squeeze myself into a smaller body and lose 5 pounds, gain 10 pounds over and over and go over, especially during pregnancy. That was a very difficult and challenging time until finally, really my body temple told me to just stop, that it's time to just push the pause button and step off the treadmill or step off of that downward spiraling cycle, and to find a new solution, to find a new path and a new way. And I did that. And I've never felt more healthy, more free, more vibrant, more radiant, more alive, and also more able to really connect to my light, own my power, and really stand in my purpose and bring forth my mission of helping people create vibrant, healthy lives like you. And so today I'm revealing why the most successful and healthiest in mind, body, and spirit women actually don't try to lose weight at all. And the 4 most important reasons that I believe you should ditch dieting altogether, and most importantly, what to do instead. So let's go ahead and get started here with our first important reason to ditch dieting. So number one is that diets don't actually address the deeper reasons why we're struggling in the first place. So maybe you're afraid of being seen potentially, and the extra weight is an excuse to stay in your comfort zone. I have quite a few clients that their weight is a way for them to hide from really shining their light. Real change happens when we're willing to be seen and step outside of our comfort zone. Maybe you turn to food to avoid feeling negative or strong emotions. So food is a filter or a barrier for that. You might be really sensitive, and the excess weight is sort of an armor to make you feel safe. So excess weight can be a safety armor. Maybe weight issues are related to childhood abuse, abandonment, trauma, painful losses you experienced growing up, or for you, maybe food equals comfort and weight equals protection. So that I could go on and on. There's a whole list of things that I've discovered and working with literally thousands of clients all over the world, helping especially women get vibrant and healthy and radiant in their bodies. And being on a chronic diet never actually peels back the onion and gets to the deeper mental, emotional, or potentially physical reasons why we're carrying the extra weight in the first place. The second reason why I believe you should ditch dieting altogether and stop trying to lose weight, and most importantly, seeking to gain physical fitness, physical health, mental wellness, emotional resiliency. Number two is that diets encourage you to ignore your body's innate wisdom. Every diet I've ever been on, it was never about really listening to my body's wisdom. It was turn off the body's hunger signal and do this instead. So feeding yourself according to external cues, which is the clock or the amount of food on your plate or rigid dieting plan or specific calorie counts, actually goes against our body's natural instincts and internal wisdom. And if you skip meals or underfeed yourself, you trigger your primal drive, actually, which will to eat and just to be nourished, which will sabotage your plan, your outer controls. And ultimately that more often than not leads to overeating. I've experienced it where there's only so long that we can restrict ourselves until that inner tiger comes out and just wants to devour everything that's around us. There's more to that, but I'm going to pause continuing that one. Number three is that diets don't program your subconscious mind for success. What I think a lot of my beautiful clients learn when they first come in to do some coaching or mentoring work with me is that there are subconscious beliefs that ultimately are driving our behavior and driving all of the results that we see. So when we have a set of memorized behaviors and emotional reactions and beliefs and attitudes that run behind the scenes and we don't address them, it's like trying to hold a beach ball under the water. Eventually that beach ball will pop up out of the water, and that's ultimately those subconscious beliefs that are running the show. So if you only consider yourself worthy or good enough when you eat less or when you weigh less, or stick to an unattainable set of dieting rules, ultimately you're setting yourself up for never-ending cycle of self-loathing, criticism, and frustration. So there is a deeper inner body wisdom that we're all born with, that we all have been gifted. I believe we also have a deeper divine inner physician within, that's our intuition that's speaking to us. And so much of our Western culture has taught us to suppress or silence those inner wisdom signals. So one of the greatest opportunities of what to do instead is just to begin to notice what's really going on beneath the surface and begin to start addressing some of those subconscious beliefs, installing new empowering beliefs in place of the old subconscious limiting beliefs. Number four is that diets can feel like a food prison. You ever been there? I've totally been there. And I'm smiling, but it's not fun. I have shed tears, I have cried much pain, during the years when it just was this vicious cycle. It's painful to be in that cycle. It is not fun. It can feel like a food prison. And I think probably the number one thing that it does, chronically dying, is it actually puts you in what's called a food famine. And when we're faced with a famine, just like when we were to go back thousands of years, the body's going to hold on to any and all calories that it has because it thinks that it's not going to be fed. So it actually has a reverse effect, and it actually increases our cortisol levels because we're in fight or flight. So it can be next to impossible to lose weight when our body's in a so-called food famine. So food is seriously an important part of our self-care. And one of the best ways to love yourself is to provide your body with rich, healthy, whole, organic foods that make you feel and look your best. And food is also a universal connector, and we all have to eat to survive. And I think what's important is to remember, in our culture, we celebrate with food, we socialize with food, and to fuel ourselves, we really, of course, absolutely need to hydrate ourselves and fuel our bodies with food. So food is a life-giving necessity, and eating can be and is designed to be fun and enjoyable. But if we're chronically on a diet, it's not fun. It's not fun to go out. It's not fun to go to a party. It's not fun to go to a gathering. I have clients that have said, oh my gosh, I can't go to this event because it's going to trigger me to overeat or eat things that I don't want to eat. And what if there was a different way? What if you could just go to a gathering, go to a party, go to a celebration, and be faced with all this food and feel like you could have really anything you want if you wanted to eat it, that your body would naturally tell you when to stop eating, when to just enjoy a bite or two, and then you could continue on. So I'm going to pause here and just say that I do know that there is a certain demographic of individual that has a super high tendency for food addiction. And so therefore, when they eat certain ingredients like flour or sugar, or the combination of flour, sugar, and fat, it literally triggers their brain the way alcohol would trigger an alcoholic. So if you find yourself in that category, I understand that there's a wiring in your brain that is unique. And so I'm not saying, and ultimately a diet isn't going to work for you either, but having a program, a recovery program that you're working with, where there are parameters to keep you safe, I would consider this individual the outlier or a unique scenario that may not, be able to just as freely listen to those signals. But for a larger percentage of our culture and or society who doesn't have that brain triggering addictive tendency around food, there is the opportunity to be in a state where you can go to a party and see food and have a relationship with yourself and your body and with food where you just feel at peace ultimately and you feel free. The question I often get is, okay, so if I'm not doing these other things, which is what I've been chronically taught to do, then what am I doing, Jennifer, to really feel healthy and fit? So there are 7 things that you can do. The first is to recognize disempowering cravings and have tools to overcome them. Now, oftentimes it's mentorship or coaching or support where you can really learn some of these mind, body, spirit tools that you can begin to implement. The second thing is to turn off overeating cues and turn on your natural hunger cues, which are connected to your body wisdom. So beginning to really turn back on, flipping back on that switch to connect with your body wisdom. Number 3 is to eat when you're actually hungry, and to begin to press the pause button and do other activities when you're feeling bored or lonely or stressed or sad or angry, but to really begin to notice when you're eating, why you're eating, and only eat to fuel your body when you're hungry. To eat only foods that help your health and your wellness goal. That's number 4. So when you go to eat food that isn't healthy, you're asking yourself, is this food going to help me be healthy? Is this food going to help me reach my health goals? And if it's not, you put it down and you begin to eat healthier food. Number 5 is to find positive outlets for fun, play, and de-stressing yourself other than eating unhealthy food. Number 6, and this is really the key that leads to being able to accomplish steps 1 through 5. Okay. Because I know it's easier said than done. Just put that donut down, have an apple instead. If that was as easy as I'm making it sound, we would all be healthy. Again, the reason why oftentimes it can feel next to impossible to not emotionally eat or eat things that aren't healthy for us or to really stay on this plan is because we have a subconscious paradigm or programming that's overriding our conscious knowledge that we want to eat healthier. So it's to reprogram your subconscious mind to feel safe being thin, healthy, and fit, versus eating, subconsciously eating to hold on to excess weight to feel safe and or as a protection and or a number of other reasons why we subconsciously hold on to weight, no matter how much or how little we're eating. And then the 7th thing is to try treating yourself and your body the same way you would treat a loved one or somebody that you absolutely adore and care about, a best friend, a beloved child or grandchild, a pet that you love, like your own family member, right? So really beginning to see yourself and your body as someone to care for, to nurture, and to love unconditionally with compassion and loving care. So these are my number 1 tips, or at least what we have time for me to share with you today regarding why I believe the most healthiest and successful women really stop trying to lose weight and they ditch dieting altogether and they really begin to cultivate and create a more loving relationship with their body temples, so that, and this is so key, you can claim all the vibrant energy that's available to you when you're eating healthy and you are in a vibrant, healthy way, not constricting the energy and trying to, starve yourself thin, right? Or you're so overeating unhealthy food, that's also zapping your energy. What I would love to see is that you are vibrant, you are radiant, you are aligned, you are healthy, so you can own your power, you can shine your light, you can make the unique difference on this planet that you have been born to make. And that is what I'm passionate about. So to help you do that, I have a free gift, and I have created a guided free weight loss meditation. Now, I like to talk about weight release versus weight loss. So this is a weight loss, weight release meditation, which really helps you love the body that you're living in now, reduce stress, which then reduces cortisol, which honestly naturally begins to allow you just to melt the weight, just to shed the weight with ease and grace. I've seen clients release 10 pounds, 25 pounds, 50 pounds, and even over 80 pounds in the mentoring and coaching and work. And guided meditations is really one of the number 1 things they begin to implement. So this is my free gift to you. Now, if you have a tool or if you've experienced something that you'd love to share, I would love your comments, your tips, just your feedback or your gold nugget. What's one gold nugget that you received from this video today? I would love for you to share here. If you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please share this video with those that you care about. I would love for many more people to get off the chronic dieting cycle. So feel free to share. And if you're new to this community, I invite you to subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that you can be notified the next time I have a powerful video to share with you. I believe in you. I believe in the power that is breathing you to help you create a vibrant, healthy life that you love. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.